Ever since I can remember, water's been a huge part of my life. I snorkel, body surf, boogie board, go cliff jumping. Water's such an amazing thing because it has this power that can take your life away, but it's also something that gives life at the same time. When I've been 30 feet underwater scuba diving in the ocean, or whitewater rafting down huge river rapids, those are some of the times in my life when I felt most alive. No matter how far I push my limits in the water, I always respect its power. I realize that if I don't respect what water can do, it would have no problem erasing me from the earth. I've had close calls in my life where I could feel the water showing me who's boss. I remember a time when I was boogie boarding in some pretty big waves. When you get smashed by a big wave, you can be in 5 feet of water, and after the wave hits you, it feels like you're in 20 feet of water immediately. One time I got smashed so hard that I hit the bottom. I got tossed around in the current, and I didn't know which way was up. I just started swimming, trying to reach the surface, and I finally got there after what seemed like eternity. When I took that breath, I got hit by another big wave. It's times like that you realize the ocean, it can do whatever it wants to you. Another time when I had a close call, my sister and I decided that it would be fun to inner tube down the McKenzie River in the middle of April. The problem is, in April, there's snow runoff filling up the river. The snow melt makes the water level higher, makes the current stronger, and definitely drops the temperature. Towards the end of our trip, there was a natural dam in the river where the logs split into 2 different paths. I was going down the path on the right, and my sister was going down the path on the left. She was desperately trying to paddle over towards me, but she wasn't successful, and before she knew it, she got hit and trapped underneath the logs. Luckily, I was able to stand and slowly made my way across the river to where she was. I could hear her screaming, I'm all right, but I couldn't see her at all. It was pretty nerve-wracking. By the time I got there, she was pulling herself out, and luckily, we only had scrapes and bruises. The rest of the float, we only had 2 inner tubes for 3 people because one of them was lost in the wreck. I held tight to both those girls because I didn't want to lose them again. Even though I've had some rough times in the water, I still love it. I think the water is one of the greatest things about living on Earth. We can enjoy it as much as we want, and as long as we're smart, usually we'll be safe. I think it was put here for us to enjoy, and I always try to have a blast when I'm in the water.